This episode is brought to you by Broke Ass to Badass, our signature 8-week online course. Our program is the school where you learn to hustle less and focus on what really matters, getting your products, services, and gifts out to the world. Our program is all the branding, tech, social media, and mindset support that you've been looking for. And this is your one-stop shop for building the badass business of your dreams. And guys, fall enrollment for this program is closing August 31st. If you have been waiting for the right time to jump in, now's the time. Jump on over to brokeasstobadass.com/apply and book a breakthrough call with us.
Welcome to Broke Ass to Badass. We're Kimi and Pua, digital media nerds and jiu-jitsu-loving business coaches, joyously obsessed with creating freedom for heart-lit entrepreneurs. We're here to help you go from frustrated to fierce, from hustle to flow, from broke ass to badass. Find out more about us at bledigital.com, and wherever you're listening, be sure to click subscribe so you never miss an episode. Hey guys, we're back with another training for you. This is day 3 of our Social Media for Badasses challenge that we're having right now in our Facebook group. And if you want to join in on the fun, you can find us at bit.ly/BLE tribe. Today's training is all about how to create deeper connections on social media by simply being yourself. Enjoy. First of all,
Who am I? Where am I?
First of all, you guys are freaking badasses. We are having so much fun this week. We are loving all the engagement. We love seeing your homework. You guys are just like blowing our minds. So great job. Keep it up. We are going to be picking our winner from yesterday's homework. So I think I got everybody in there. We will, like we did yesterday, right? Should we give people to the end again? To get their homework done in class? Sure, why not? So stay tuned for that viewer retention gimmick. And let's see, what do we have today? What is our prize today for homework?
It is $25 iTunes gift card.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Oh, that's a big one. Wait,
Can we enter?
no, that's not it.
It's
Wait,
fine.
it is. No, wait, how many did we already do? One?
We did
Okay,
2.
so no, I am confused. Monday we did the training, but Tuesday we did the first.
No, you're
gift.
right. You're right. That's our gift that we'll give away.
No, we didn't do the $20 Starbucks.
Yeah,
only
that's what
Malia won.
Right. That's what we're giving away today. But
Yeah,
then
yeah.
What is the prize for getting in today's homework? Is the yeah.
So tomorrow's prize
Yes
is $25 iTunes gift card.
Yes.
Today we're drawing $20 Starbucks.
Yes. Perfect.
Yes.
You guys get it, right? You get it.
I don't know. I didn't get it.
Okay.
You're like, I don't know, free stuff. Just give me the free stuff.
Free stuff. Oh man. Okay. So just to recap a few things. So day 1, Monday, we talked all about setting yourself up for success with your big vision, your badass mission. And then yesterday we talked about really knowing your people so that you can create that tribe of raving fans and clients and your ideal clients that you're surrounding yourself by, the type of people that you love spending your time with and that absolutely light you up. And then we're going to go deeper now. We started to touch a little bit on authenticity and how that is our filter, right? Being ourselves is a filter to help us to draw the right people to us, the people that we're meant to serve. So we're going to dig deep into that today. I wanted to also answer a couple questions that we've been getting about the way the prizes and the scholarship work and all of that. So every time you post your homework, whether you do it in time or you're cramming to get it all in by Friday, every time, while you're not eligible to win the daily prizes for that day if it's past the day, every time you get your homework in, it does enter you to win our grand prize, which is our scholarship. So yes, so keep doing the work, keep listening. And then some people were asking too where these trainings live. And they live, if you want to scroll through the tribe here and look for the past videos, awesome, they're there for you. And or we made a fun decision to release these as podcast episodes as well. So this is something that you can always come back to anytime you want to, if you want just a convenient place to listen to the episodes, to do the work again, or if you missed any of this challenge and you want to catch up, you can go to our podcast, which you can find in all the places. And I actually just looked, and most people are still listening to podcasts on the Apple, podcast app. But second place, like a really close second place, is Podbean. So people love Podbean. So we use Overcast wherever you listen to podcasts. That's great. Broadcast to Badass. Find us there, and you can listen to every single training that we're doing this week.
It's so badass. It's kind of just a reminder of how cool it is to be an entrepreneur. Like we were on Monday, we recorded this, and we're like, hey, you want to release this on our podcast? And is that weird? We never release on Mondays. We're like, oh, why not? And then or for Tuesday, right? And then we released it Tuesday. And then yesterday we were like, do you want to just release all of them this week? Because it's ours and we can do whatever the F we want, and so can you.
Amen. Yay. Okay, so today we are
like, what the Podbean?
What the Podbean? So today we're talking all about being yourself as a way to really connect with your people, and to not just connect with people, but really create deeper relationships on social media, right? So that's really our model, and the way that we do business and life is that it's about relationships. It's about connection. So this isn't just about like getting people to buy your shit. This is about really connecting with the people that you're meant to serve, and developing a relationship with them, and a two-way conversation. And sometimes we get weird when it comes to social media. We start feeling like we forget how to talk, and all these weird blocks and stuff. I don't know why I'm doing the robot as I do this. Like, that's how I feel when I feel blocked. All this stuff comes up for us. And we forget that social media, the whole point of it is to interact with other people, to connect with other people. It was developed to help us to build relationships, not to isolate us or not to talk at people, but with them. So we're going to dig into all of that, and just a little bit more about being yourself.
Being yourself. Being yourself. Awesome. Okay, so if you have your worksheet, go ahead and grab that. Bring it up on your computer, grab your printout, however you guys are filling this out. We have 4 more points today. So diving right into point number 1. And okay, if social media gives you the heebie-jeebies, this is a really good day for you guys to listen to this, because I can relate. Social media for a long time, I was very guarded, and it helps to have a business that you can kind of use as your filter, right? I still am very guarded in my personal social media. And what we always need to remember is that social media for business is different from social media for your personal use. Okay? I'm always reminding myself of that. And so remember, you put on the glasses that this is social media for your business. Even though business and personal always integrated, for social media, these can be separate. Okay? So, number 1, here's what you can put in that blank. There is only one you, and that is your mother effing superpower. Okay? This is your superpower. And, being yourself, we talked a little bit about this yesterday with the eyelashes, right? Like if I'm looking to buy magnetic eyelashes and I'm researching these companies on Facebook, I'm not just looking for what has the strongest magnet. I will tell you what, I never even thought about looking that up. I don't care. I don't care what eyelash has the strongest magnet. I care what the company culture is like, and what personality is coming through in the way that they respond to questions, in the way that they interact with their people, in the way that they handle their haters. Okay? This is really, really crucial. People are on social media researching your brand, trying to make a decision about whether or not they want to spend their time, their money, their energy with you. So it is to everybody's advantage to be yourself. we talked again yesterday about, the photography industry, right? And if you want to spend 8 hours with somebody taking photos with them, don't you want to enjoy every minute instead of being like, God, these people freaking suck. I cannot stand another second with them, because you attracted a vibe that was different from yours, perhaps because you weren't yourself throughout the process, throughout your social media, throughout your website, whatever it is, right? So the more you are, the more amazing people who are going to be vibrating at that same vibration as you will be attracted to you and your business. And the more of you that you can share with the world, the more people will flow to you, right? It's cause and effect. So it sometimes takes, again, a little bit of slowing down to really even figure out, like, who am I? What do I want to be putting out in the world? And so again, going back to your big vision and getting really clear about your voice, your company culture, what's important to you. As a buyer for myself, it's important to me that I see a little bit of humor in the products that I buy and the voice that comes across in social media. I don't want to invest in anything that takes themselves too seriously, right? That's just important to me. So decide what you value and what you are excited to share with the world without masking it with any sort of professionalism, because that's outdated. Nobody cares. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. You guys ready for point number 2? Okay. So I'm just going to warn you guys right now that point number 2 has swearing in it. I'm about to drop a bunch of F-bombs. So if you're listening to this around your kids, sorry, sorry kids, or earmuff them, and you just be forewarned. But this is kind of the point too, right? You guys are in the tribe. You already know that we have potty mouths. So point number 2 is to give less fucks about what people think about you. Okay. Give less fucks about turning people off. And this can be a tough one for sure. But remember, this is our social media for badasses challenge, right? So this is a really badass thing to be able to do and a badass muscle to strengthen. It's about being willing to, yes, by being yourself, you let people fall in love with you, but know also that it's okay if people get turned off or hear you and say, you know what, that's just not for me. They're not my vibe. And that is really brave and really badass to be willing to be yourself and to allow the people then to fall away that you're not meant to serve and to work with. And that's okay. Somebody else is there for them. That's the beauty of the no competition, right? That we talked about yesterday. This is all about you qualifying prospects, essentially, right? Qualifying the people that are meant to surround you. And we are big fans and do business in a way that is purposely productive, right? We're all about efficiency in our business. And imagine the difference of you presenting information that is in a way that is not totally yourself. It's a little bit guarded. And so people can't exactly tell 100% who you are. So what ends up happening is your calendar gets filled with potential clients or calls or appointments or whatever it may be with people that aren't yet sure about what your vibe is, who you are. And what that does is then for you, from a time and energetic standpoint, you're going to end up spending a lot more time with each of those people that, explaining, oh, actually, this is how I am. Now that you're getting to know me, this is how I am. So this is really about saving yourself a lot of time and a lot of energy by doing I'm not going to say the easiest thing, but a really fun thing, which is to just be yourself and allow that to qualify the people coming through the doors to your beautiful, badass business. So again, it's not the easiest thing in the world. It can take a lot of bravery, but you guys are freaking badasses. That's why you are here. So How can you give less F's about how you're perceived, about what people will think about what you say or what you post or what you wear or what anything that you're doing. And that is really going to be where your power is. And it can help so much to be surrounded by other badasses that are committed to giving less fucks, because thank God I've had Pua along this journey. And there are so many times that she reminds me like, okay, wait, we don't have to fucking care about this, right? We don't have to care. The right people will get us. The right people will understand. That again is our filter, and it's making our life and their life easier, right? By bringing them through that filter. So do some exploring on this, do a little bit of inner work, and ask yourself and ask a trusted friend or a network of badasses like this one, how you can perhaps step more into your greatness, more into your unique brilliance, and give less F's about how you're going to disappoint anybody else that it is not your people anyway, right? Okay.
Oh,
I'm getting all hot.
Preach. Awesome. So before we dive into point 3, I want to go back to what guys, you know Geraldine Camarillo? She is blowing this shit up.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh. So she put something in the chat, and I don't want it to disappear before we are able to acknowledge it. And she said, there's enough for everyone. Guys, there is no statement more true. And I think in business, especially when we're just starting out and we're trying to like please everybody and reach everybody and make sure that everyone knows who we are and what we do, we're operating from that place of lack where we're like, if I don't get this person, if I don't close this sale, they're going to go somewhere else. And we get so like grippy and desperate. And maybe we don't think that we're feeling that way, but that's the energy we're putting out, because we think that if we don't get somebody, that they disappear and then we're going to starve. Not going to have anybody left, right? There's enough for everyone, guys. There are millions and millions and millions of people in the world. And what we are sharing with you today is that when you are yourself, the more you that you are, the more of your people you will attract to you and your business. Yes, the pie is so huge. You don't even know. Like, we don't even know. This like what we have right now is the tip of the iceberg, you guys. So just put your energy out there and attract the people to you. It sounds crazy because it sounds too easy to be true. And it's easy. It really is. It's so much easier to be yourself than it is to try to be someone else. It's so true. Okay, so moving on. Point number 3. Woo! This is so fun. Okay. Where am I? Point 3. Let your mess become your message. Let your mess become your message. Do you guys ever like go around and be like, God, what am I even doing? I am a hot mess. I don't know what I'm doing. I just started this business. We have a podcast. Like we never took a podcasting class in college. Like I never took a class on, how to do social media, right? Like I'm going to tell you guys a secret. Nobody ever knows what the fuck they're doing. No one. We just figure it out, and then you often see the people who have already gone through the not knowing what they're doing and figured it out, and then you're like, well, why can't I be like that? Why don't I look like this person? Why don't I have 1 million followers? They've just been doing it a little bit longer, right? Maybe they put a video out of like 1 million videos, and then one of them went viral, but we don't get to see the other 900,000 that no one saw, right? We don't hear those stories enough. So for you guys to let your mess, let your challenge, let your struggle, let your pain become the message that you use to attract people to you, to share that you have solutions to this because you've been through it. There is so much power there. Be authentic with yourself, with your message, with your story, right? Let that be the driving force for people to say, I trust that not only I feel really good about this business because they're funny and they're real and I like them as people, but they've also been where I am and they are on the other side, and I know that they can help me to get there. Whatever the other side is, right? Boom, Kanani.
Yeah.
Share.
I want to add to that and share we just had a super fun call with some of our Broadcast to Badass program graduates. And we were talking, if maybe you guys heard Dr. Rebecca Garifo on our podcast. And I think that her story really captures this idea of letting your mess become your message. And so when we were working with her in our program, one of the things that she had coming up for her was she was so deep in the writing. So she's writing a book. She actually just took it through to her editor. And so it's going to be out soon, as you'll hear her talk about in our podcast. But for her, she was like, she was feeling very frustrated because she found herself working so much and feeling so like in this writing process that she couldn't get her, regular social media habit going. And so we coached her to actually take that challenge of feeling so sucked into the book and then share the process of writing the book. So her social media, she was keeping it separate from the book writing process. And instead, what she allowed herself to do was bring all of her social media followers into the writing process with her. So she shared little snippets of the book. And, as for anyone that's written a book, I've heard this before where there's this thing of like not wanting to share it until it's done because there's the fears that come up, right? Of like, what if I don't finish it? And is this going to hold me too accountable? And what if I get stuck in this process? But that actually helped her to complete the book because she would write and then she would share and she would write and she would share. And then how beautiful it actually allowed her followers to be a part of the journey with her and to be even more invested. So you can bet your ass that when that book hits the bookshelves, people that were a part of this journey are going to be the first ones in line to buy that book. So let that be sort of let it plant a little seed and see what kind of creativity that can create for you. Think about how you are, what you are doing on a daily basis that you can perhaps let people in so they can be on the journey with you. Okay, so point number 3. Are we ready? Oh no, just kidding. Point number 4. Okay. Thank you. You guys, Pua is signing to me across Zoom. Thank you. Okay, so point number 4 is to be social on social. Okay, be social on social. You can write that in, fill in your worksheet. So I started to talk about this at the beginning, and this helps, I feel, lighten this whole social media thing up a lot. So we work with a lot of people that come to us and they feel so, like social media feels so heavy to them. And at the end of the day, it's just an app, guys. Most of these are just apps. And they're just free tools that we get to use however we want. And we get to be the boss of those tools. So the point, again, of social media is to not feel like, oh my goodness, I don't know how to do this thing. It's really about how can I leverage social media to deepen relationships with people that I am meant to be in their lives, meant to serve, meant to share content with, right? So when we keep remembering that social media is meant to be social, what that allows us to do is to then think about it in a different way so that we're not talking at people, we're talking with people. And this is a super critical distinction to make. And I was just listening to a really great training with our coach and mentor. So we work with a coach too, guys. And we always say coaches need coaches. And she was doing this really great training about how a couple years ago online, definitely just social media presence was enough. It was new and it was exciting. And if you were present, if you were delivering content, that was enough to sort of establish you as an expert and to draw people in to find out more about what you do. But as a human race, we catch on to things so quickly. We're so savvy. And so now in 2018, presence and just content is not enough, right? Remember they used to always say content is king. Now it's not just about presence, it's about engagement. And people want two-way conversations like this, what we're doing right here, right? People want to know that there's a real person behind this. They want to cut through all the BS and figure out, okay, who are these people? They just want to know. They want to know who you are. They want to know your authentic self so that they can make a really quick and easy decision whether or not to continue to engage and be a part of your tribe and be, a potential, client perhaps. So they help them to cut through all of that by really developing a relationship with people and leveraging the social aspect of social media. So I want to give you guys some really, I know a lot of this has been very sort of theoretical and having you guys do a lot of deep thinking. Let's just bring this really practical, some practical tips for you when it comes to being social on social. One of the most underutilized and under-leveraged functions anywhere is private messaging, either on Facebook or Instagram. Okay, so Instagram especially. And there are so many cool, fun things that you can do to connect with people on either of these platforms. So there's so many platforms out there, guys. And for the purposes of this training, we're really going to just focus on Facebook and especially Facebook groups and Instagram. So maybe you guys have gotten DMs from people before on your Instagram, but it's a really great way to, you can do, one of my favorite things to do is send just a quick video. So a lot of people will use text already, but you can actually send quick video. And that is a way where people can really get to know you a little bit better through a visual representation of your energy, of your vibe. When somebody follows you, you can say, hey, thanks for the follows, begin a relationship, right? So again, keeping in mind, every time you go on social, okay, my goal is to be social. And same thing for Facebook. You can leverage DMs, private messaging for a way to build a relationship. And I want to kind of throw out a little bit of caution here that I think is really, really important to mention. This is not about pitching your shit to people and just saying, hey, I saw that you like this thing. Come and, buy this thing. This is, again, focusing on the social aspect of social media, building relationships, connecting with people, becoming their actual friends. And right, that's the whole point of social media, and following what they're doing. And then also remembering that, that law of sort of do unto others as we would want others to do for us, right? So if you are hoping to get more engagement on posts, then go and engage on other people's posts, right? So that back and forth, that beautiful law of reciprocity, right? We want to give back and forth to people instead of, again, the old school way is more like talking to people, posting your content, dropping and bailing. And this is more about presenting your content, staying online long enough to at least engage, right? If you're going to put out content, then be there to connect with other people, talk to them, find out more about them, get to know your people, right? Awesome.
For sure. And the other thing with this whole process that is shifting and changing in like the best way possible is that we no longer, there is a different strategy involved and it's less Uji. We've all received automated messages on LinkedIn, even on Facebook, or even in our email, right? And this is an automated message that's the top of what we used to call a funnel. And there are business funnels, right? Like click funnels. Russell Brunson is the king of business funnels. And today, it doesn't work. People aren't buying it. They are too keyed in and too sensitive to the language that used to work. And that's the thing about this industry, the business that we're in right now, is everything's always changing. And the really beautiful thing about all of this is, at least we think so, it's changing in the direction of like humanity almost, right? So social media the last 5 years has gotten a really bad rap for making people less social, right? All of a sudden we're on our phones and we're not interacting in real life, and things are changing. We're able to use social media to enhance the human experience, not replace it, right? So keeping your humanity in mind, again, as Kimi said, having conversations instead of pitches, having, real interactions instead of sales conversations. And it's actually quite a small shift, and it requires so much less energy, right? So instead of having this be like, oh, okay, well, hey, I'm going to DM you and click this link and watch my webinar and then click to do a breakthrough call and blah, 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 getting people in your funnel, that shit don't work no more, right? It's all about having people know, like, and trust you because they get to know you. And guys, if you are an online entrepreneur, you're somewhat of a celebrity, right? You're out there and people who you don't know you. And to me, that's kind of the base definition of celebrity status. People who you don't know a lot about you. As a podcaster, it can be kind of creepy. People are like, oh, I heard you were doing this. And I'm like, wait, how do you know that? Or they're like, oh, it's weird to see your face because I always hear your voice. I'm like, hey, we just met. How do you hear my voice? Right? So knowing that, it's so cool for people to interact with you as a human, right? Think about how cool it is for you to reach out to somebody that you admire or that you've studied or that you listen to and have them personally respond to you. You get to create that for people every day. So don't forget, there's with great power comes great responsibility, and you decide how you want people to experience you, your brand, your vibe, right? And so it's a really cool world that we live in. And so have fun with this, you guys, for sure. We also want to remind you that we are closing enrollment to our program on Friday. Is it Friday already?
Yeah, and it's already Wednesday.
Oh my gosh, 2 days. Okay, so, these are super fun trainings, and this is like the tip of the iceberg in terms of what we get to dig into in our program. And we just had a conversation this morning with one of our members about social media and how it's all changing, and we're really keeping up with this, with the trends in social media. And if you guys don't know, we will be revamping all of our trainings, all of our course content to reflect the latest in all of this: social media, web development, online courses, all of it. So now is an amazing time to learn more about what we have. If you are vibing with us, if you want to learn more about how to be a badass entrepreneur online in this world today, we would love to chat with you. And regardless of whether or not you are the scholarship winner, we're going to do a breakthrough call with you. So it would be in your best interest, if you're interested, to jump on and book a breakthrough call and still keep your fingers crossed to win the scholarship. But you can hop over to brokeasstobadass.com/apply. That's where you can book a call with us. And really, this call, again, is just a one-on-one conversation for us to get to know you, get to know your business, and see how we can support you. So.
Yay. Awesome. Okay. Do we have any last minute?
We did. We had a couple, or at least one that I saw. Hold on.
Okay. See, we are
let me
adding.
Where did it go?
With a gold
Holy
pen.
moly. You guys just blew up our notification. Dang. Okay. I saw it. Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Who did you end on?
Let's see. Who was I don't know, because it's all mixed up.
Did you get Sheila?
Emily was my last one.
Okay.
Emily.
So we have Jamie Yoshida.
Okay.
Sheila Reed.
Okay.
And Tracy Keli'i Kuloa Takara.
All right, Tracy. Good job. Okay. Are we ready? Should we give the homework yet? Oh, should we do this first and then give the homework?
Yeah, I can't wait anymore.
Okay, we can't wait. I know. Okay. Tell me when to stop. Tell me when to stop. If you're listening on the podcast, by the way, and you don't have the visual for this, we are pulling a name out of a bowl for our winner for a $20 Starbucks card. Okay, tell me when to stop.
Okay, stop.
Okay. I'm
so excited.
Courtney Johnson.
Courtney!
I just talked to Courtney this morning. Awesome. Congratulations. Yay. Okay.
Yay.
Congratulations. Now.
Awesome.
If you, and we'll message you, Courtney, if you want to win tomorrow, the prize we're giving away tomorrow, which is a $25 Amazon card. Is that right? Yes. Okay.
No, iTunes.
Oh,
iTunes tomorrow.
iTunes tomorrow. Okay. $25 iTunes card. Okay. So here's your homework. This one's going to be, this is all about letting your mess become your message. So what we're going to ask of you, and you can do this one of two ways, and that is to either share a mess that you've overcome or that you're overcoming that can be your message, and or you can actually share the link to the post. Okay, so in the homework thread, if you actually create this post and you share a little bit, you let people in a little bit to your story, share a little bit about your journey, something that captures your vibe, your story, and really functions as a filter to help create your, to really connect to your people, you can actually drop the link from Instagram or Facebook or wherever you put that. Okay, so that's your homework. You can either share the blurb that about what you would post, or you can take a little inspired imperfect action and just go ahead and fucking do it. Yay! And remember, every time you get your homework in, it absolutely increases your chances to win that scholarship. So stay engaged, keep it up, and you guys can go back and turn your homework in late too. And again, if you're listening to this on our podcast and you want to come and be a part of this super fun party, you can find us at bit.ly/BLE tribe. We have some people following along and they've been sending us screenshots of them listening to the podcast and doing their homework. So we love that. Be sure to tag us in your stories and on Instagram at brokeass2badass.
So you guys want extra credit? Just like that doesn't count towards anything but like street cred in life. Leave us an iTunes review.
Ooh, yeah.
We haven't had one since last year.
Why is that? People don't do iTunes reviews.
I don't know.
They don't do iTunes.
We love them. We'll
like
read
when's
them.
the last time
live.
I haven't done one in a while too.
I know, maybe that's why.
You know, that's another thing. Like that's a really great example, right? Where we were just talking about like do unto others. Like if I'm going to go and go give out some iTunes love right now to all my favorite podcasts. And yeah. Awesome, guys. So this has been so fun. I can't wait to go and look at I'm like itching to go and look at all the Facebook comments and go and reply.
Oh my God. They blew up today.
Yay. Love it so much. So thank you guys. We love you so much. We will be seeing you tomorrow. Oh, heads up. Tomorrow is 1 hour earlier. Yeah, 1 hour earlier. So instead, today was 9:30 Hawaii Standard Time. Tomorrow is 8:30 Hawaii Standard Time. We have podcast interviews, so we're doing it a little bit earlier. So mark your calendars. We'll be posting the event in there in our Facebook group, so you can be sure to RSVP so you get the reminders. Okay, guys. Bye.
Bye.